Did you ever buy a house and a few months later thought, why did we do this? A lot of people have. And honestly, usually it's not because they bought a bad house. It's because the excitement of buying got louder than the decision making. And today, I want to talk about the 5 Tampa Bay buying mistakes buyers usually realize too late. Mistake number 1. Honestly, I think this is the biggest one because buyers obsess over the house, the kitchen, the upgrades, the pool, the giant closet, the extra bedroom. Oh my God. And listen, I get it. I truly do. You should absolutely love your house. But eventually, the excitement wears off and routine takes over. And this is where buyers suddenly think, because Tampa Bay is not where you live. It's how your life functions. I see a lot of buyers obsess over the wrong things. They ask, do I love this house? Instead of asking, will I actually enjoy my life here? Completely different question. Because eventually, the kitchen becomes normal. The upgrades becomes normal. The excitement becomes normal. That huge bedroom, oh my God. Yes, it's part of your daily life. What stays? The drive, the traffic, the stoplights, and the frustration. I almost had buyers make this mistake recently. Bigger house, further out, everything looked amazing. More space, newer. On paper, amazing, perfect. But once we actually slowed down and talked through their week, work, school, weekends, errands, traffic, the conversation changed, dramatically changed. The bigger house mattered less. And the exhausting daily life took over. And honestly, I think Tampa Bay tricks a lot of people this way. Because bigger and newer feels smarter. Until 6 months later, when you're sitting in traffic thinking, oh my God, why am I in the car all the time? I also think convenience is underrated in Tampa Bay. Sometimes the expensive mistake is buying the wrong routine. And actually, I'm very curious. What matters more to you when you're looking for a house? The house size or convenience? Let me know in the comments. Mistake number 2 is shopping at the top of your budget. This one surprises buyers all the time, especially relocators. They get pre-approved, see the number, and immediately stop there. And this is where buyers start making emotional decisions. I'm going to say something some realtors probably won't love. Pre-approved does not automatically mean comfortable, not even close. Because qualifying for a payment and enjoying your life after closing, completely different things, especially in Florida. Because here we have layers: home insurance, flood insurance, HOA, CDD, taxes, major systems like roof and HVAC aging faster. And suddenly, the payment feels very different than expected. And this is where buyers get trapped. Because once people emotionally commit to a house, logic starts losing. You start justifying things, trying to force the payment, trying to make the math work. And honestly, that gets very dangerous. Because eventually, the excitement fades out, but the payment stays with you for a very long time. I've literally seen buyers change direction once they saw the true monthly reality. Not because they couldn't buy it, because they realized, wait, this changes our lifestyle. Vacations, savings, flexibility, peace, and honestly, nobody wants to become house rich and life poor. I would rather see somebody buy slightly less house and sleep peacefully. Mistake number 3 is chasing school ratings without thinking about life. Okay, this one may be controversial, but honestly, I think buyers sometimes make bad decisions chasing school ratings. And before anybody gets upset, schools matter. Of course they matter. But buyers sometimes chase one number and stop thinking clearly. I've seen buyers almost eliminate areas completely because of one score online. Meanwhile, the trade-off becomes longer commute, more stress, less convenience, neighborhood they don't even love. And honestly, sometimes the sacrifice becomes too big because eventually that school score becomes normal. But the exhausting drive, you feel that every single day. And the inconvenience, oh my God, you feel it every day. The lifestyle, you feel that every day. A lot of buyers start with asking the wrong question. Instead of what school score is the highest, the smarter question is what works best for our family. And that is a very different conversation. Mistake 4 is falling in love online. Oh, this one gets people really bad because listings are marketing. They're supposed to look amazing, perfect lighting, wide angle photos, best angles, editing, and buyers fall in love online. And then they pull up and immediately start, oh my God, wait, the road is louder, the house feels darker, the street feels busier, the neighborhood feels different. And suddenly, the fantasy changes. And honestly, this is where buyers usually stop thinking clearly because now they're emotionally attached. And emotional attachment creates expensive decisions. I always tell buyers, you are not buying listing photos. You are buying the ownership experience. How does the house feel on a random Tuesday? How loud is the road? What happens during school pickup hours? What's behind the backyard? Because buyers don't regret missing the perfect house, but they regret buying the wrong fit. And I'd rather have my buyers miss a house than regret it later. Mistake 5 is thinking new construction means less maintenance. This one catches everybody, almost everybody off guard, a lot of times. Because people think perfect, brand new, less maintenance. And sometimes, sure, other times, not exactly. And before anybody gets upset, I actually like new construction for the right buyer. But honestly, I think buyers oversimplify it because new does not automatically mean easy. Brand new communities don't always have history yet. Traffic, still evolving. Drainage, still revealing itself. Community feel, still developing. And warranties? People misunderstand warranties all the time. Warranty doesn't mean nothing goes wrong. It means there is a process if something goes wrong. Very different thing. And honestly, I just don't think buyers should assume new is easier. And honestly, we didn't even get into insurance surprises, flood misconceptions, micro pockets, buying too fast, or that perfect neighborhood trap. So next week, we're doing part 2. And if you're planning a move to Tampa Bay or buying locally and want help thinking through the trade-offs before making an expensive mistake, feel free to reach out. Because buying the right house is important. But buying the right life here, that's what matters the most. Because Florida living is not measured in distance, it's measured in daily friction. I'll see you next week.